Welcome to a journey that many consider epic. One where you'll learn that waiting for the perfect moment is the same as expecting a hurricane to pass without any impact. Things in life aren't waiting, therefore, neither should you. It's time to shatter your chains and rise to your potential. This is about lightning strikes of realization, about creating realities from dreams. It's about crafting your legacy now. So, stay tuned to uncover how to break free from the shackles of procrastination and take control of your destiny. Take a deep breath, gentlemen. Imagine standing on the edge of an immense canyon. The winds of opportunity are beckoning, and here you are, waiting for the perfect time to leap. Waiting for the stars to align, for every element of your life to settle in a perfect symphony. But I'm here to tell you, the music has already started playing, the party of success is long underway, and the longer you wait for that invitation, the more you're missing out on the dance of life. Depression, fear, poverty, these adversaries aren't patiently planning their strategy. They strike with the force of 1,000 suns the moment your guard is down. So why wait to confront them? This isn't about waiting for someone to recognize your talents, it's about seizing the spotlight. Stop waiting for the nod of approval, the perfect climate, or the grand announcement. Life is not a formal event where you patiently queue for fame and fortune to greet you, it's the battlefield where you claim your victories. If you're stalling your life's work on hold until someone else validates your existence or until the windfall of wealth, you're playing roulette with your destiny. Now, I want you to ponder this: if you went to the Almighty asking for a lavish banquet, do you think you'd be presented with a spread adorned with delights overnight? No. You're given an array of ingredients day by day. It's up to you, my friend, to whisk, to knead, to bake to create the feast you've dreamt of. God gifts us not with the end products but the raw materials. It's our divine duty to mold them into our aspirations. Looking at your life, do you see a blank canvas? Or a palette of vibrant potential waiting to spill onto the great tapestry of existence? Too many people are staring, eyes glazed with whens and if-onlys, at the oven waiting for a cake that they didn't even put in. The Almighty has graced you with resources, your talents, your relationships, your knowledge, your time. It is now your sacred obligation, not to wait for canvas to paint itself, but to pick up that brush, my friend, and create the masterpiece that is your legacy. I urge you not just to look into the mirror but through it. See beyond the reflection into the very fabric of your capabilities. You're not just a collection of missed opportunities, you're a vessel of potential. Feeling deficient in one area of life? Flip the coin. It's time to capitalize on the things that you do have. Comparison is the thief of joy, they say, and while you're envying the neighbor's greener grass, yours is withering away. Don't just cover for someone else's chorus. It's time for your solo, your symphony, your standing ovation. Personal growth doesn't wait for public consensus. It doesn't hold a popularity contest. It doesn't court the next fleeting viral sensation. It's an internal fire that must be stoked daily. Now is the time to abandon the sidelines, to stop being an extra in someone else's motion picture, to start directing your own blockbuster. We've seen enough of people erecting statues in someone else's honor. It's time to mold your own likeness, exert your will upon the marble of life, and chisel away until your own statue stands tall for the world to admire. Now, let's get personal for a second. We all have moments where we seem to misplace our keys, the very tools we need to unlock our potential. I found myself in such a predicament not too long ago, metaphorically patting down every aspect of my life searching for answers, only to realize sometimes what you're desperately seeking is already in your possession. You've been equipped with all the necessary tools, be it relationships, knowledge, or innate talent. You're endlessly scouring horizons for a ship that's docked within you all along. As we digress, I'd like to take a moment to remind you, if today's insights are hitting home with you, don't forget to subscribe and set your notifications to the max. Like and share if you're ready to shed the skin of hesitation and gear up for battle, because hitting that subscribe button is your first step towards creating the future you deserve. Do this now, because the essence of what you seek is ensnared within the grip of your own hands. Now, where were we? Yes, the importance of recognizing your tools, your gifts. Some of the greatest minds of our time were once curtly dismissed, doors slammed shut in their faces. But it was in the reclusion of their caves, away from the chorus of naysayers, that they forged empires. Like a phoenix rising from its ashes, their legacy took flight from the dismissal, the discontent, the disrespect. History is rich with such instances, and today, this very moment, you become part of that legacy. Your legacy isn't nestled comfortably, waiting to be discovered under a rock. It's built through sweat soaked into the soil of your hard work. It's the relentless pursuit of excellence in the face of mundane existence. It is changing the world one visionary step at a time. Now is your time, not to simply be carried by the tides but to turn the tide itself. Now is your time to shape the clay of life into monuments of success and beacons of inspiration. Imagine, just for a moment, that the keys to your future are right there in your pocket. You've searched high and low, but in an inspired flash of introspection, you find them. Suddenly, all the doors that seemed barred open with ease. That's not fantasy. It's a possibility within arm's reach. Look at what you have, not what you don't. Harness the present, for it fuels the future. My friends, now isn't just a concept, it's a clarion call. It's the starting gun to the race you were born to win. It's the game clock for the match defining your name. As the rising sun ushers in a new day, let this moment signal the dawn of your unwritten chapter, where you brandish the quill and ink your legacy in bold, indelible strokes across the annals of history. And as we near the closure of this discourse, bear in mind that the treasures we unearth today should be the bedrock upon which we build tomorrow's fortunes. Always question what today's revelations will become tomorrow's actions. How will you carve your path, seize your keys, and turn the ingredients of your reality into the legacy of a lifetime? Now is the time, gentlemen. Now is your time to ignite your torch and illuminate the path to greatness. Unleash your potential, and remember, every action has a ripple effect. Will you cast stones of complacency or pebbles of progress? Your legacy awaits. Thank you for embarking on this odyssey with me. Remember, incredible endings are birthed from courageous beginnings. So what say you? Are you ready to transcend the weight and commandeer your destiny to the heights you've only dared to imagine? Welcome to a masterclass in transformation, where today, we're delving deep into the unparalleled habits of the world's most accomplished individuals. This isn't your average motivational talk. This is about the profound routines that forge steel from within and turn mere ambition into concrete reality. Have you ever pondered what separates the exceptional from the average? Stay tuned as we journey through a day in the life of titans and decode the sacred 7 habits that align the stars in their favor. Imagine a life where every tick of the clock propels you forward, where success isn't an accident but the result of meticulously crafted moments. Now, let's unravel this enigma together. Extraordinary men and women, titans of industry and pioneers of change, all share a secret, a laser-focused routine that leaves no room for idle time. I can attest to it. I have reached a zenith in my career not by chance, but rather by sculpting my schedule into a fortress where distractions dare not tread. Consider this. My younger self was a sailor lost in the sea of time with hours strewn like confetti in the wind. Now, I navigate through my days masterfully, with prayers at dawn and dreams at dusk. By the time weariness lingers, I lie in repose, safe from the snares of idle thoughts. Here's a little something to ponder. Donning your shoes might just be the single greatest obstacle between you and your triumph. When I wake, I tell myself, lace up, soldier, and though the path might entail a daunting climb, step by step, I conquer the inclines of life. Almost as if my very body conspires with my ambition, urging, stride forward, we've got more miles to tread. Let's break it up. For those poised at the precipice, ready to scale sheer walls of self-improvement, understand that inertia is a beast of habit. The problem isn't awakening again. The issue is that slumber has become your default state. But once you commit to change, once you decide that the covers will no longer claim you, sky's the limit. Transforming from pauper to prince isn't a serendipitous event. It's a calculated metamorphosis. Financial ascension wasn't due to an increase in earnings but rather emulating the frugality of the financial elite. By heeding sage advice, living on a mere fraction of my income, the chains of paycheck to paycheck living disintegrated. I took the road less traveled, depositing 6 months' worth of earnings to the side as a safety net, then marching towards the lofty peak of a 100K savings, all the while elevating my credit score towards the heavens. Now, for a brief intermission in our financial odyssey, if you find this blueprint to prosperity compelling, consider subscribing to this channel. Embrace our community of visionaries, ignite the notifications, and align your trajectory with ours. By joining, the abundance and fulfillment we discuss can move from distant mirages to palpable realities. Traversing further on this enriching journey, it became apparent that language is a currency in itself. To speak in the tongues of trailblazers like Zig Ziglar, I immersed myself in academia, not for the paper but for the parlance. Attaining a PhD wasn't for vanity, it was for building a lexicon that could bridge worlds. So, here's the crux. As a mogul in the making, one should never bow before the altar of impossibility. Let that mantra be echoed by every fiber of your being. Even when doubts cloud your horizon, let your lips part only to chant, "It can be done." Reserve defeatist talk for those who have already surrendered their dreams at the doorstep of adversity. What's the attire of a conqueror? It isn't merely donning a suit and tie. It's dressing in confidence, living authentically, and crafting a unique mold that only you can fill. Success isn't about emulating someone else's style. It's about finding comfort in your own skin, unapologetically. Being unreservedly you is a luxury that many forsake in pursuit of fitting a template that was never meant for them. Now, let's face a harsh reality. The norm, the average mindset, is plagued with poverty of aspiration. They while away hours on aimless entertainment, haphazardly flicking through life's great channels without direction. Yet, the prosperous know that time is a non-renewable treasure. They don't squander it on trivial pursuits. Instead, they study, they hone their craft, and they architect destinies with the meticulous hands of a master sculptor. Remember this cardinal truth: prosperity is not about continuous labor, it's about strategic thought. The working class grinds away for each paycheck, but the wealthy employ wisdom as their workhorse. The disparity between the haves and have-nots lies not in the sweat on their brows but in the ingenuity of their mindsets. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to ask ourselves, will I merely survive as a member of the 99%, or will I thrive as the 1%? This pivotal decision is where destinies diverge. It matters not whether your origins are humble. What counts is the firing of your synapses, the daring to dream, and the unwavering resolve to transform those dreams into your everyday. Rubbing shoulders with greatness, I gleaned that it wasn't about rote learning but unraveling the subtle nuances of storytelling, the ordered beauty of linear thought. For those yearning to lead, it's imperative to acquire the dialect of the 1%. It's about speaking their language to forge alliances and unlock doors to realms hitherto uncharted. In conclusion, buckle down and see tasks through, not with the might of 10 men but with the heart and soul of a singular titan. For the path to excellence is not for the faint of heart. It demands grit, resolve, and the unyielding conviction that the baton handed forth by our ancestors will be carried to new heights, not for self alone, but as a beacon for generations to come. And before we part, a question to ponder. Of these principles laid before you, which will you weave into the tapestry of your life? Share your thoughts and your resolve in the comments. Together, we rise. Together, we redefine the very essence of success.